final, which is a last chance to qualify for Europe next season. So welcome along. It is an early start to the day, of course, with it being a Sunday morning here in the UK. So just gone Sunday afternoon in the Netherlands, and the game has just begun. And it is Ajax that start off the game. Well, actually, no, it's Utrecht, sorry, that are attacking from right to left. And already an early cross in had to be headed out off the pitch from the 6-yard box for a corner kick. Our first corner of the game within 30 seconds. Just go lower the atmosphere, but it's a bit loud. Let me just get my live chat page up on my phone because I'm using a small laptop, so I can't see everything. Hope you're well. Get in touch on the live chat page. We got Utrecht with the first corner, and has that come off an Ajax player? Referee has given a corner on the opposite side this time. This time it's on the near side. We've asked for you to let us know on the poll who you think's going to win today. You can vote for either Ajax or Utrecht. But yes, reach out to us on the live chat page. We'll read out your messages. Let me just, hang on a moment. Oh, corner coming in. Bit of head tennis going on. And that's going to go out to the far side, I think. Sorry, folks, my stream's a bit laggy. Hang on. Sorry, folks, I'm having problems with the stream. Hang on. So do reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Live chat is dead. Come on, guys. It's a Sunday morning. I know it's early, but let's hear from you. I've just got the stream back up. Right, I'll go through the lineups. As you can see, the lineups are on the page, but I'll also go through the bench as well. Let me also... currently Ajax are attacking from left to right in the classic red and white kit. Utrecht in their black and gold away kit, and there's going to be a free kick here for Ajax. Now they're playing at Cross Stadion today, which when I was checking the images to get it up for our thumbnail, I was quite surprised. The ground looked quite small for a European playoff. I take it that they obviously are making sure that it's neutral. Funny enough, a friend of mine shared on Instagram the other day that they were at the Amsterdam Arena, the home of Ajax, and funny enough, the 30.3 metres from goal. That's quite a handy graphic that they have on the Eredivisie feed. And it's Steven Berghuis who will... Is he going to go alone here and have a go? Yes, he will. Oh, and just past the near post. He had a go with his left foot there. Yeah, he went alone. There was no other player next to that ball to take the free kick. Wasn't far off. Goalkeeper stretched out for it. I think he had the corner covered if it was on target. But after all, that would be a goal kick. So you got pace in goal for Ajax. In defence, you've got Gay, Bowman, Bass, and Rosa. In the midfield, from right to left, you've got Klazan, who scored in the semi-final the other day against FC Groningen. Rigger in the middle, Mokio on the left, and then your front three is Berghuis on the right, Dolberg in the centre, and Goots on the left-hand side. Utrecht having an effort on goal there. Stopped by Pays, the goalkeeper, and that was a shot from what looked to be the left-back of Al-Qurani. He actually nicked the ball away from Berghuis, then went out on his own, just entered the 18-yard box to the left and decided to go for a low-effort shot with the ball, no air on it, with his left foot, and it went straight to the keeper. I think he was trying to approach it to the bottom right corner of the net. For the starting lineup for Utrecht, you got Barkas in goal, Vesterland as right back, Van der Horn in the centre, a centre-half role alongside his other centre-half partner of Oud Hussein. Al-Qurani, as we just mentioned, playing left back. Two defensive midfielders from left to right, it's Sekil and Hormans. And then we got three in front of Coulson, De Rit in the middle, and Kafline on the right. And then up top on his own as the centre forward is Stepanoff. So it looks as though Ajax are playing a 4-3-3 formation, while it's a 4-2-3-1 set up by FC Utrecht. Of course, do let us know your predictions for this game. We have asked on the poll who you think is going to win. Of course, our last live stream watch-along was last night, the Women's Champions League final. Joe Stanley was host of that, and Barcelona women thrashing Lyon 4-0, which you could see that they wanted revenge, not on Lyon as such, but to get redemption and win the Champions League after losing to Arsenal in Lisbon last year. It's with Davy Klazan. And is it me, or has Davy Klazan had a hair transplant? Even when I put him on the thumbnail, I was thinking he never had that kind of hair before. He looks well. It's good to see him back at his Ajax roots, of course. He did try and go out in Europe. Played for Everton for at least, was it a couple of seasons? Didn't quite work out for him. I think he was attracted to Everton because he was part of that Ajax team that lost to Man United in the Europa League final back in 2017, and he joined them that summer. Ten minutes gone nearly. Still all square. It's a great, lovely sunny day at the Cross Stadium. Sorry, Kraz Stadion, that is. It's going to be a goal kick for Ajax in their own half. Stuart, hello Stuart, how are you, mate? He says, hi handsome, thank you. Are you watching the game today, Stuart? I know you enjoy your Dutch football. The one thing I was trying to find out, though, and you think I'd know this when I'm hosting this, I know this is a European play-off, but I tried to Google everywhere, and even Wikipedia did not say which European competition they actually qualify for if they win this play-off. Ajax struggling on the back line there. They've done very well, though. 3 players doing some triangular passing to get it away from their opponents. It's on the far side now as they've switched it. I think the clearance was just hitting hope, really. Trying to pick out Dolberg. And I do love the atmosphere because the stadium is built where the bottom tier, which is no seats at all, you can stand near the fence and just watch it from there on the far side at least. And then you go up the stairs up to your seats. It's not like that on the right-hand side of the stands. But yeah, it seems as though fans can walk in and out from where they're sitting, which for a playoff final, including a team like Ajax, it's a pretty cool facility. Very old-fashioned. Here comes Coulson on the left-hand side. He's got options to his left. Instead, he plays around with it like spaghetti and then loses it. I think he was overthinking what to do with that, which sadly a lot of wingers do end up running out of space and they don't know what to actually do with it. Ajax now, maybe for a quick count here, they've got 5 up top. It's on the right hand side with Steven Berghuis. He's being marked there by Zakiel. Now to cross there, is that? No, is it offside or is it a foul? No, referee's saying that's a foul. Stuart saying, I'm on the train, so just listening to you, but do love the Dutch football. You can't go wrong, mate. Well, 13 minutes gone. Ajax did win the other night against FC Groningen. They won 2-0. FC Utrecht, they actually had to beat Heerenveen 3-2. And that was a game where I think there was like 4 goals in 12 minutes at the start of the second half. So fair play to them. Ball in the middle of the park. Oh, a shot, long range effort. Goalkeeper drops it. But luckily for him, he got to the ball in time. It was, I'm not quite sure who took it. I think it was Steven Berghuis again. He's had another go at goal already. He went on his own. No one was going up to him. He just thought, you know, I'm going to have a go here. Goes for his left foot again. And goalkeeper stretched out. He saved it. And then the ball came off his hands. But luckily for him, there was no playing nearby. And he beat them to it to complete the pickup, which could have been very embarrassing for the goalkeeper of Utrecht, which is Barkas. Barkas is a Greek goalkeeper, 31 years of age. This is his 35th match of the season. So clearly their main goalkeeper of this campaign. David Klazer gets pinned down, and that's won him a free kick. I think he was a bit dramatic there. He jumped up in the air, and then, as you'd expect, by the time he changed direction, he had his hands to his face. Taking one for the team there and getting a free kick in their own half, by the way. we haven't gone through the bench yet. So for Ajax, it's Itakura, the defender, Carezzo, who's a striker, Gluck, then Canadu, and of course our personal favourites, I'm absolutely sure, is Wout Weghorst. He's ready to go when they need him. Tomiyasu, of course. I actually had to check recently where he'd gone. So I remember I liked him at Arsenal. And then during this season, I was thinking, hang on, I just feel like I've completely forgotten about Tomiyasu. I was thinking, who is that Asian footballer who I've been a big fan of? But you don't see him anymore. And then I realised he was at Ajax. So he's on the bench today. Bonida as well. Van der Pervert. Yeah, Pervert, that's his name. Stu. Not Stuart, as in our guy on the live stream. But no, Stuart, he's probably flying a plane, kicking a football, and also talking to us on the live stream, because that is Stuart Davis. Muzongo, Riverson, and Vendevalde, who's the goalkeeper as well, alongside Reverson. FC Utrecht, they've got Adelaide, Min, Blake, Viergaver, Brewer, Gadala, Ogayui, Virek. Oh! Long range, just as I say, that was a long range effort again. And that was Baumann for Ajax, and you could hear the chants for Ajax straight after that. They are very happy with how they've started here. I think they've had at least 2 shots on target in this opening 16 minutes. FC Utrecht, I think they need to get themselves going here. They have not had a grip on this game yet. They've been able to get into the Ajax half, but not really been able to do anything in that 18-yard box so far. It's back with their goalkeeper. I'll just go through the bench. We were on Veyrek, now Clusterborough, Alacon, and of course one of my personal favourite players, who I guess is not always playing 90 minutes at the moment, is Sebastian Haller. Of course, after the condition that he picked up a few years ago. And of course, he was part of the Dortmund team by the time this happened, a former Ajax player himself. But I absolutely loved it when we did it on Let's Talk Sport as well. We covered the Africa Cup of Nations, the tournament that Cote d'Ivoire won a couple of years ago. Sebastian Haller scored in both the semi and the final that we covered, which I thought was special for Sebastian Haller. It was great to see him back on the pitch as a professional footballer, but to actually be able to contribute. Because I'm not saying that his condition would have had teams feel sorry for him, but to actually prove himself again and get himself back out there playing with the best players around him and actually scoring the winning goal, it was just a special, very special moment that was for Sebastian Haller. And I always think that even if nothing happens after that and you still have problems, at least you can retire with that story. It's absolutely brilliant. Not many players can say they've done that for their national team, and they hosted it as well, which was even much more spicy and much more beautiful to see. Ajax are in trouble here. No, it's all right at the end. Luckily, it was their defender. I think that was Bass who struggled there. No, it might have been. No, it was Bass. He was dispossessed on the edge of the 18-yard box, which was only the last man left was their goalkeeper. But luckily, it was just a kick away from his boot and out for a goal kick. I keep thinking I'm hearing Chad saying we're going to Wembley. Looking at the live poll, Ajax 81% currently, 19% for Utrecht. Yes, Stuart and Burgoyne mentioning Weggy. Stuart saying surprise Ted van der Pervert, pivot, not started. And he asked me your favourite set. But I mean, it's got to be Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout. People always mention Seb False. I don't know who the fuck he is. I know who Seb True is, and he's not true to his word. Back with the game. Currently Ajax on the attack on the right-hand side. Goots, no, doesn't succeed there. That was pretty bad. And even Utrecht do even something worse there by just booting it back into the Ajax half with no black shirt in sight. I wouldn't like to wear a black shirt in this weather. I'll have to check what the weather is like, the temperatures are like in the Netherlands. Currently where I am, it's 21 degrees. Apparently it's 23 degrees in Amsterdam. I forgot to check what it actually feels like though. Feels like 23 as well, so it's exactly the same. So it is a very, very hot day in the Netherlands. Of course, the Netherlands, the national team themselves will be getting used to, well, they hope to get you. Hang on a minute, here's a ball in, or straight cross comes straight to the hands of the Utrecht goalkeeper, Barkas. I think it was Goetz who was approaching the cross there from the left-hand side. That makes sense, he is a left winger. Burgoyne says it's 25 degrees down the road where I am in Shrewsbury, sunny Shrewsbury. Joe Crosland, hello. He says, good morning, handsome Jamie and handsome Stu. Jamie Burgoyne is here too, apparently. He's got a good chest, though. And for those ladies out there thinking, you know, muscular six-pack, no, I'd rather have what Jamie Burgoyne has. And that is a hairy Ryan Giggsy kind of esque chest. Back when he was a footballer, not after when he was a footballer. We won't go there. Oh, there's a foul. But the referee actually, as I say, that has played on. Ajax want it to be a foul and they get their wish. It's gone back to the incident near the halfway line inside the Ajax half to our left. Oh, Stuart. How could you pick the guy who I want as well? In terms of who is your favourite Seb, ladies and gentlemen? There's our debate for today. And let us know where you're watching this game from. We'd love to hear from you. There's quite a few on the live stream, and you know, don't be shy. I love reading out messages. We love hearing from our viewers. There's just an injury time moment here that just having, I think that's Dolberg is being treated, and I think they're using a quick water break. I don't know if that's the referee allowing that. I guess it is a warm day. They've even got wet towels across their necks, the Utrecht players. Of course, I once did a magazine delivery around the town of Holt and Farndon, which are both next to each other. And this was a good 15 years ago. Very hot July day it was. And I, for some reason, was wearing a Batman black t-shirt with the logo on my chest. I just remember I just sweated ridiculously. And this older chap, very wise I guess, said to me, "What are you doing wearing black?" He just said it to me. I was like, oh, okay. Again, I am wearing a Juventus, I guess it was their third shirt from a couple of years ago. Big fan of this shirt. But we talk about who's your favourite Sebastian, and Stu's beating me to it there in this game. Sebastian Larsson. I did like Sebastian Larsson. Very underrated. Not a bad set piece taker. Well, I say not bad. He was a good free kick taker. That's you know what? I might have to watch some of his goals after this stream. Oh, hello, John. Oh, wow. Here's a story for you. John De Boer. Not any relations to Frank. Says, watching from Sweden, my dad played for Ajax when they were good. What has happened to Ajax? I mean, I every time I keep an eye on their scores, and obviously the table this season, they've not even been able to reach top 4. Really bad times. I need to check the points gap between them and top spot, which was PSV. Ajax 156 that they finished on, PSV on 84, which is 28 points. Huge gap. How are they going to do that next? That's not what I did, Burgoyne. I was old enough, but I didn't realise I could have done that. He says, I once did a magazine delivery, put a stack of magazines in a public bin and went to the pub. Oh, the temptation was there. I remember doing summer deliveries. I enjoyed the job, but God, it was tiring having a shoulder bag with you, trying to stack as many magazines in it as you can. Then when you ran out, you had to go back and forth. Luckily, my good man Max lived in the area, so I left all the magazines there to go back and forth. I enjoyed it. It was, I guess that was one of my first ever jobs, and learning that, someone has to do it. Funny enough, that was back when Paul Burrell, for any of you, royal family butler for Princess Diana, he used to run a shop in Farndon. And believe me or not, I dropped him some magazines to put in his shop, and it was, at this point, I think it was a florist shop. I think he had all sorts of different businesses under that same roof. And he was having a cup of tea while on the phone. He said to me, it looks very warm out there. Do you want a drink? I was like, oh, if you offer him one, that'd be lovely. As you'd imagine, Paul Burrell making you a cup of tea, he did it for a living pretty much. And yeah, he made me a cup of tea. Lovely man. He ran out of sugar though. But I'll live. I think that was back when I was having 2 spoons of sugar. So yeah, random story for you. Love Paul Burrell for that. Absolute brilliant guy. I know there's some opinions about him, but whatever. Andrew Sims asking, what's it looking like, Ajax or Utrecht? At the moment, I'm going to say Ajax. If we quickly look at the stats, I can't get it up on the screen. The stream was very last minute, so I've not been able to set up everything, sadly. But if I look on my phone, actually, amazingly, this surprises me. Both teams have had 2 shots on target, but I would, and they've had 3 shots each. I must have missed a thing or two there. I'm not quite sure. But possession has belonged to Ajax, 58%. Utrecht with 42%. I would say Ajax, if there's going to be a first goal in this game, it would go to Ajax. I'm intrigued by John De Boer. Can you confirm your dad's name, or I understand if you don't want to. You don't want people reaching to your account and stuff, I guess. Must have been pretty fun having a dad play for Ajax. Arguably the biggest club in Holland. Free kick we got here for Ajax as we speak. It's on the far side, I'd say 28 yards out. And some pushing and shoving when the ball was approaching the penalty area, and that gives Utrecht the free kick. David Klaasam was for some reason pushing and shoving. He was closest to the goal than the Utrecht defender was, and he was shoving himself into Van der Hoorn, which I'm not quite sure why Klaasam did that. I think he was just trying to stop him from running into play. We got Burgoyne saying Cole Pilkington once said that his paper rattle. Burgoyne saying Cole Pilkington once said that his paper round was the best job he ever did. Do you agree with that statement? I reckon for someone like Cole Pilkington, anything bothers him. So I think a newspaper round makes sense because he was on his own and he could be set out to do his own thing. The fact that he had to deal with Ricky Gervais and what's his name? Stephen Merchant, that was it. Forgot about that. But yeah, Stephen Merchant as well. And I think all 3 of them together when they do the podcast is hilarious. But Cole Pilkington sounds like a simple man. I think he just likes simple things. I don't think he cares that much. Roy Aberdeen. Hello, Roy. Thanks for reaching out. Saying Dolberg is hardly reliable, but he's all they got. I think it says it all, doesn't it? If that's their best centre forward. Let's have a look at his stats for this season. I mean, yeah, this doesn't look good, does it? If you want to compete in the league, the top spot, that is, and that's where Ajax should always be competing. 23 matches he's played in the league, and he's only got 3 goals. I guess we can count the 2 assists. Champions League, he played 5 matches and got 2 goals. So he nearly got as many goals in the league, in the Champions League, in the league phase. That's bad. Rony Archer Joe 7337 says, please goal, 1-1 need. 1-1 in normal time, because I'm assuming this will go to extra time and then penalties. Utrecht now on the with the ball. Just looking at what's people been thinking about Carrezo. He's a striker for Ajax. He's only played. He's played 5 matches, but no goals. He's 20 years old, so God, he was born just before the 2006 World Cup had started. God, I feel old. I know he's only 11 years younger than me, but still. Of course, there's Val Veghorst as well. I've not checked his stats for this season. He's got 8 goals, 4 assists in the league. He got 10 the season prior. I'm sure we'll see him in the second half. He loves to come on and be a super sub. I do love Veghorst. If some of you may not know, I'm a Man United fan. And when he came, I don't know, I always liked the idea of it. When I heard that, because I think at the time United had no money, they had nothing to spend. But I think Ten Hag was desperate. Free kick here for Ajax. But I think he was desperate for a striker, and I think the best option they had was to get him, not just to, they couldn't even buy Veghorst. They had to get him on loan from Burnley. Burnley! On loan! I can't remember if they kept, did he only play that one half of the season? I think he did, didn't he? And then they didn't keep him. I think United fans loved him for just playing for the shirt, but obviously just not enough. I'm not saying he's Ashley Young, but Ashley Young at some point in his career, I think you could tell he started to kind of decline. But he was adaptable, and he changed to being, was it a left back at one point? Or was he a right back? I can't remember. Because with Ashley Young, he could play either wing, really. And he just played. Aaron here says, will Man U win Brighton today? You know what? Man United have a curse against Brighton away from home. I think they lost last season. Did they lose last season? No. Either way, United's record against Brighton is not great. But they did beat Brighton back in October, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was October at home. But away from home, it's not always been great. And I think, I don't know, United would love to end it on a high. I mean, they've got 3rd place regardless. We can't do any better, we can't do any worse. So I do think for the United players, Michael Carrick might just, I'm sure he's got some things he wants to see, because he's thinking about who he wants for next season and how he's going to play for next season, because this is it now. Carrick, this is his first game as the official permanent manager. So quite a big game for him, really, in terms of knowing that this is, I'm here now next season. So he's got to start experimenting, I think. Back with the Ajax game. Oh, it's Dolberg. Loses the possession, but he might just win it back. Good sliding challenge by Hormans there to just boot it away from goal. He did really well there. It's still with Ajax on the left-hand side. Sorry, I'm a bit of a chatterbox. I can easily get distracted when the football is happening. Still got over 11 minutes to go. All square here. We haven't missed a goal yet in this Eredivisie European Play-Off. Remember, this is the final, so whoever wins gets a golden ticket to play in Europe later this summer. It's not a big gap, really. You have June off completely. Some of these players, and obviously national teams, will be heading to America, USA, Mexico, Canada to play in the World Cup, some tournament that people talk about. I don't know. Apparently Apparently it happens every 4 years. But June's normally very quiet. And then I'd imagine pre-season will start for a lot of these clubs in July time, and then European qualifying normally starts quite early as well, towards July. So, not much of a break really. We're going back to the United game. I'll take a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if United lost though. I think Brighton could obviously finish a bit higher still. So I think they've got blood. What am I saying? I think they're hungry to get a win. But United, I think, could. Well, I think Liverpool could just miss out on top 5 still. I think if Brighton win and Liverpool lose. I need to check this. Let me have a look. Long throw for Ajax. Oh, and it's a bicycle kick. Oh, just wide. For a moment, I thought we were going to see quite the goal for Ajax. I think that was Moko. Was that Mocchio? No, not Mocchio. No, it was Bauman. He went for it, he had his back towards goal, and I think he knew in that whole moment he had with the ball, he could only do a bicycle kick. Sadly, it went wide. Just shows how hard it can be to do that. Engawang Monlam says, playing like kids at finals, so poor, with the thumbs down emoji. Yeah, you can tell why both these teams have not been competing at the top. 0.0 says Brahim. Roy Aberdeen asking, is the playoff for Champions League spot or Europa League? I don't know. I must admit, I was Googling this before the stream and I couldn't find anything. I even tried, actually, I did try Gemini. I hate trying to use AI, but sometimes AI does help with these things. Whoops. I might have to ask it. Right, I'm asking this question. Is the game between Ajax and Utrecht today for Europe? It'll get them into the Conference League preliminary round. Yeah, this is it. So the match is actually played at the Crash Stadion today, which made me wonder why it is. And it's in rather than Amsterdam. The Johan Cruyff Arena is unavailable due to a series of Harry Styles concerts. I did wonder. I mean, this is the thing. Seb, who's not on the stream today, I don't think, on the live chat page. If you are, where are you? Stop hiding from me. You owe me money. But he used to have a girlfriend, probably imaginary girlfriend. Oh, hang on, Utrecht. Oh dear, what was that? Was debating whether to pass it across in the 18-yard box or to shoot. By the end, he tried to shoot, and there's no power behind it at all. Easy one for the goalkeeper. Now Ajax down the centre, just into the opponent's half. It's David Klazan, looks to his left. And a chipped ball into the 18-yard box on the left-hand side to Dolberg. Dolberg being man-marked, and then a pass saved. And out for a corner. It was on target. And it was Rosa who picked up the pass from Dolberg. And he hit it first time when the ball rolled to his feet. So corner to come for Ajax. He'll be taken on this near side. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Seb, you were saying it's hard just to get tickets to the Amsterdam Arena when they play because his partner, I think, was a season ticket holder with a family member. And unless if you didn't have a season ticket, then it's quite hard to get in. So I can't imagine how hard it was to get a ticket for this game in a much smaller stadium. Let me see what the capacity is. Corner came to nothing. Just checking Wikipedia. No, it doesn't actually say. Oh, it's able to hold 6,984 people. It was built in 1975. It is the home of FC Volendam. They are in the Eredivisie. They finished 16th of 18th, relegated via the playoffs. Poor Volendam. Roy Aberdeen saying, looks like Ajax's standard has dropped so much over the years. Yeah, I remember we had a video that went out on our YouTube early this year when Stanners was doing Let's Talk Football show. And Ajax just changed managers yet again. It just felt like nothing was being stuck to, at least. As in, just like, give these people time. The club's clearly not in a good place. I'm just going to open my window here. Hang on. There we go. One window wasn't open. It might add a little bit of fresh air. We've got 4 minutes left until we reach half time. And apart from the bicycle kick effort and maybe Burgoyce's shots towards the Utrecht goalkeeper, there's not really been much to talk about from both teams, really. Utrecht have not been able to have the ball whatsoever in the last few minutes. They lack confidence, you could say. Steven Berghaus now enters the half. Oh, hang on. We'll go through the stats at half time. Still Ajax leading on our polls. If you haven't voted yet, do so. 74% going for Ajax, 26% for Utrecht. Ronnie Archer Joe says, Veer, 1 goal first half, please. Still 2 minutes to go. Plus, we haven't found out what added time will be yet. This goal needs sorry, not this goal. This game needs a goal. They were switching words there. Oh, poor pass. Again, Mocchio there, he's on the edge of the box, and he's just straight away, instead of thinking about it, he just tries to play a forward pass, which, fancy a go. I don't know if he can shoot, but just think sometimes in games like this, you just need a bit of a lightning bolt happening. Just have a go. Make the team think about it. Make the goalkeeper have a think about it. Of course, I'm a bit old-fashioned, and Burgoyne's probably the same as me on the live chat page, where I do like an old-fashioned centre-forward. I feel like Harry Kane's probably the last man left, from an English football perspective, that could just score in any moment. Scored a hat-trick last night in the German Cup final against Stuttgart. They won 3-0, all goals from the Hurricane, which is exactly the confidence booster we need ahead of the World Cup in a few weeks' time. And I believe he's going to be our captain as well. I love Harry Kane. I love everything about Harry Kane. Even when I went to Bayern Munich a couple of years ago, I went to see their women's team play. Actually, it was nearly 3 years ago now. And this was his first season, so this was only within a couple of months since the season started. And there was already Harry Kane mugs made. Bought it for my dad, because he loves Harry Kane as well. I kind of wish I had 2 mugs now. And that's my story. I just have a regret with Harry Kane. I wish I had 2 mugs. I am a mug. And, well, we've got seconds remaining until we reach the 45th minute. Utrecht, out of nowhere, have taken some cow pal and they're actually going forward. Oh, they say that they've given it away for a goal kick. Terrible final third attempt. Zekiel just picking up a pass. Don't think he was aware of it coming to him. There's been 2 minutes of added time confirmed. Oh, hit the back of his foot when he was running past the ball. Miscommunication, if anything, between the two players there. Here's Dolberg. Dolberg, where's this energy come from? He's trying to go alone, and I like his enthusiasm. I thought he was going to win a corner there, but instead it'll be a goal kick. He basically just went and ran with the ball into the penalty area. Great to see a bit of run at his. If he beats one man, then of course the backup defender was in front of him and shielded it for a goal kick. But he made them run for their money there, and I think that's great to see. So good work there by Dolberg, the number 9 for Ajax. The first minute of these 2 minutes of added time is up already. Utrecht have got a goal kick here. Could they maybe have one more attempt before they head to the dressing room? Instead, the goal kick is headed all the way back to the goalkeeper of the Greek number 1, Barkas. It's now with Udazane. Now with Alkanori. Alcarini. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be wrong. Of course, this is the problem when I have the lineups on our screen. You can see it. So if you could probably tell if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Anyway, let us know where you're watching the watch-along today. Where are you? Are you in the Netherlands? Any of you at the stadium, maybe? And you're looking for alternative commentary. Well, there we go. Half-time. Not much to really shout about. And I think these two teams have shown us why they aren't competing at the top of the Eredivisie this season. Here at Kras Stadion. It is a sunny day, but at the moment the sun isn't really shining for any of these two teams. Goalless at half-time. Half-time then. All square. Joe Crossan said he's in my bedroom. Well, you're in the wrong place, mate. I'm not in Malpas today. What are you doing there? How did you break in? Did I leave the window open for you again? But yes, may not be the best of games so far, but great to have so many of you join us at Sunday lunchtime, 12:05 here in the UK. I do like the Eredivisie's early kickoffs because they really do it early. 11:15 is normally quite a normal start for some of their matches during the regular season. And hey, means we can watch the game and then enjoy the rest of our day. Here in the UK, it is a bank holiday weekend, so that means we've got tomorrow off, which is a Monday, and this is like our 4th bank holiday in the space of 6 weeks. So we had an Easter holiday at the start of April. That meant we had Friday off, along with Saturday, Sunday. Sunday was Easter Sunday, and then Monday we call Easter Monday. God knows, but I'm not complaining. It's a day off, in my job anyway. But then we had a bank holiday Monday at the start of this month called May Day, and then we have one again tomorrow. But then that's it till August for whatever that one's called. Towards the end of August, we have another Monday off. So it's a good weekend, and it's sunny and it's warm. It's mid-20s. You can't go wrong with the temperatures. It's just about right. It's very warm though. It's going to get even warmer in the UK, and as we checked before, the Netherlands is also quite warm in Amsterdam, at least so far, 25 degrees there today. So it is quite a difficult game for our players for this one, and of course, this is to save their season, have something to look forward to for next year, which is a place in the preliminary rounds of the Europa Conference Leagues. It's actually just called Conference League now. I'm sure they've rebranded it. I'm sure it used to be called Europa Conference League, but I guess maybe that was a bit confusing. They just decided to get rid of the word Europa and go with that. Of course, this Wednesday night, it is the Conference League final. Crystal Palace are in it, which I'd love to see Crystal Palace win that. I think to win another trophy, a European Cup, which I know is third tier of European football. I'm not the biggest fan of the competition, but I think to see Palace win it and well, Gladstone I think's leaving, isn't he, this summer, or is he planning to? You know, he's been a terrific servant for the club in the short time he's been there, to win in the FA Cup as well, just before Eze moved on to Arsenal. Eze now a Premier League winner. You know, good for him. He's had a cracking 12 months. I'm just going to go through the stats so far in this game. So, Ajax have had 6 shots, Utrecht with 4. Ajax only just leading with shots on target, 3-2, which I think I did see those 3 shots on target, but Utrecht, I'm intrigued to see where those 2 shots came from because I've completely missed them. 66% for Ajax in possession, that's about right. I'd even say 70. Utrecht with 34%. We've had no cards so far. We've had 3 corners for Utrecht. Ajax only the 1. No offsides either. So it's not much to shout about. The only stat that, of course, really matters is the goals and the fact that Joe Crosland is watching in my bedroom. Just be careful of the electric, mate. You know, I've got to pay for that. So, yeah. We did have a Women's Champions League final watch-along yesterday. Joe Stanley hosted that one. Barcelona winning 4-0 against Lyon. Which, yeah, I mean they're two of the biggest clubs in European football when it comes to the women's side of football, but never looks good, does it, when Barcelona comfortably winning a final like that? But you know, credit's due to Arsenal for beating them and going against the odds and winning that final last year. I think that makes it even more special now, to be honest, for Arsenal women. Of course, Ajax women normally play in the Women's Champions Leagues, at least in the league phase part. For any of you Ajax fans, have you been a fan of the women's team recently? Have they been getting on? I might just have a look at how they did. I got a feeling this game could go to extra time, guys. We could have a bit of a longer stream today. Just looking at the table, Ajax actually lost in the women's Eredivisie. 2nd place, doing a lot better than the men's at least. And PSV were the winners. So they've had a great year in both the men and the women's Eredivisie. They won by 4 points, 54 points, 17 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats. For Ajax, they only had 2 less wins and they had just more draws. Same amount of defeats of 2 as well. Feyenoord finishing 3rd with 47 points. At the bottom, NAC Breda finished with 7 points. Excelsior with 8 points as well with the women's team. AZ Alkmaar, just some mentions here. AZ Alkmaar 8th with 24 points. And of course, FC Utrecht, they have a women's team in the top tier as well. They finished 5th, 9 points behind FC Twente. FC Twente just missing out on the top 3 there. A point that they finished behind Feyenoord. Of course, coming up, while we're talking Dutch football, the Netherlands, as always, will be at the World Cup. I mean, is it a major football tournament without the Orange Army? I mean, who remembers the great live pictures of the Ajax, not Ajax fans, the Dutch fans in Germany 2 years ago when the European Championships took place? Netherlands getting themselves to the semi-finals. Of course, England won. Sorry about that, but you know, we wanted to reach another Euro final, but we fucked it anyway. So bloody Spain. But it was the fact that they took the lead thanks to Xavi Simons, if I can remember, in that semi-final. And then it was Ollie Watkins' last kick of the game, pretty much, to put England into that final to avoid extra time. But the Netherlands fans, they were brilliant. And there was like streets of them. Annoyingly, when I went to the Euros, I was there for pretty much the group stages. And then I left 2 days after the last group games. And then I got home just before the knockout started. And annoyingly, the Netherlands were playing in cities I wasn't in at the time. I think they were playing more towards, because I was based in west side of Germany, so that's like, so I was based in Dusseldorf, and the stadiums that were playing games at the Euros was Dusseldorf, where Fortuna Dusseldorf play. Beautiful ground, really nice ground. I really liked it. And as a Eurovision fan, I was a bit of a nerd knowing that that stadium hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in 2011, and they actually closed the roof, and it was a massive stadium for a Eurovision Song Contest, one of the biggest they've ever had it in, I think, in the history of the song contest. Dortmund, I went to see Dortmund Stadium. Interesting place. It was pissing it down. It was very wet that day. I got absolutely drenched. I'll always remember it. It was a great day out, and it was when it was Turkey versus Georgia. And it wasn't the yellow wall that day; it was the red wall of Turkey. Brilliant atmosphere. It was actually arguably one of the games of the tournament as well. And the other venues, Gelsenkirchen. I went there to watch Portugal lose to Georgia. That was in the last round of groups, which I think that made sure Georgia got into the knockouts before they lose to Spain. But they gave Spain a good game, I remember. I'm trying to remember other stadiums that were. I did go to Frankfurt to watch England Denmark. 1-1 that ended. Frankfurt's an interesting place. That's quite far out actually, because I was in Dusseldorf the whole time. Is there anywhere else? Why do I feel like there was another stadium? Cologne, of course, Cologne. Cologne as well hosted. I went to a couple of games there where England played and Scotland played. I love the Cologne Stadium. It's a beautiful ground, and the problem is if you. I mean, I like walking. I love walking around. Whether it's an old place or a new place that I've not been to, I love walking around because you can see a lot. Of course, it can be challenging if you're carrying stuff or if it's a hot day, but I do like my walks. It's good exercise. It's the only exercise I do. But yeah, I basically went for. It's a long walk out of town. You have to really go for a walk. You could get a tram and all that, but I decided to walk because the trams were full, and this was hours and hours before kickoff still, and I was like, no, I'm just going to walk it. It's just a straight long walk to the stadium, and there's a lovely grass garden area around the stadium, which is great on a day like summer's day like we have here in the UK today and in the Netherlands. So yeah, it was fantastic. But going back to the Dutch fans, I hope they take a lot to the World Cup. I don't know what to expect with this World Cup in terms of will all these teams bring so many fans. I think Argentina and Mexico, for example, of course USA. I mean, well, Mexico are hosting it, so it's a walk in the park. They've got no excuses, if anything. But I just hope that the atmosphere is good, even though I'm very sceptical about this World Cup. I'm not a big fan of it, but probably the format more than anything. Well, we've just reached 12:15, an hour after the game kicked off. Hopefully, they'll be coming back on very soon. We got a question from Tekon asking which channel can I watch the game live. It depends where you based. What's your country? Because it's always depending on where you guys are. In the UK, it's on Premier Sports, I believe. But again, you probably don't. I don't know if you're based in the UK. I do have a cold can of Stella here. This is the closest drink I had in this house that is close to the Netherlands. It is Belgian beer, so next door. And I always remember that Belgium is next door to the Netherlands because that is when the Euros took place in 2000, where it was between Belgium and Holland. Do reach out on the live chat page, folks. Let me know who your favourite Ajax player is or Utrecht player is. You know, who do you support in the Eredivisie? Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? It's getting very close now. Checking the live poll. We'll keep this on till pretty much full time of this game once we have a result. We're asking you who you think will win. And Ajax, the firm favourites with our viewers so far. 74% of you are going for Ajax. Utrecht going at 26%. Oh dear. Well, at least they tried. Again, who knows? Anything can happen. Joe Crosland reckons Uzbekistan will win. You know a lot more than me. Maybe Uzbekistan have a golden generation to unleash hell in the USA or Mexico, Canada, and show us how football should be played. I mean, it would be a story, wouldn't it? And I think the thing is with the World Cup now is it's going to be harder to win because there's an extra round of games to play. I think you've got to play 8 games. If you win the World Cup, you would have played 8 games instead of 7. It was 7 with the 32 team format. So I think even now it's going to be harder. But I think some people would argue that a 48 team World Cup means that this is a bigger chance for a country like Uzbekistan to reach a World Cup. And I think it's their first ever World Cup, if I'm correct. Which, that alone is a great story, and I love that. But then I worry about the quality. Like, some of the group games can be very hit and miss. You look at the schedule, and sadly we're not all there ready to sit down and watch all the games. Sadly, we have. Well, actually, this World Cup might not be too bad. If we're people that work during the day, it's all happening in the evening. So, actually, it's not a bad few weeks coming up, I guess. Well, the players look like they're about to come on. There's a lot of camera shots of fans queuing up, buying some beer, getting themselves refreshed for the second half, getting their tongues nice and wet. You can't beat a beer in the sun while watching a game of football, as long as it's the right beer, that is, of course. It has to be a nice cold beer. Going through the Netherlands schedule over the next few weeks, they have a friendly as a World Cup warm-up against Algeria on June the 3rd. I'm not sure where they're playing that. Doesn't say here. Then they're playing Joe Cros's favourite team, Uzbekistan, on the 8th of June. 7:45 kick-off there. And then their group games, first one, 14th of June, my sister's birthday. 9 p.m, that is UK. I'm going for UK time here, so Dutch time, that'll be what, 10 p.m? They're against Japan, that'll be a good game. Then 6 days later, 20th of June, 6 p.m. UK time, against the Netherlands. Sorry, not against the Netherlands, what am I saying? Netherlands against Sweden. Again, another game I look forward to. And then their last group game in Group F is on the 26th of June, a midnight kickoff UK time, 1 a.m. for you lot in Holland, against Tunisia. So that's a fun group. I need to study it again, these groups. There's so many groups, and I've not really paid attention to it. Sometimes you just wait till the football season's done, and then you can think about it. Just watching a man in the back garden. He's doing the back garden. He's got his top off. Got quite a few, ladies and gentlemen, if you like that sort of thing. Right, we're about to get going again. Let me just get my clock ready. Right, here we go then. Second half begins. as though he thinks going to win. So Ajax attacking from right to left, Utrecht from left to right. A bit of Bob Marley being chanted. Of course, who remembers that Bob Marley Ajax away shirt they brought out a few seasons ago? It was a black shirt, but colours of Jamaica and Bob Marley really on the Adidas 3 stripes on the sleeves. Was a cool shirt for you Ajax fans, or for football shirt collectors like myself, really. I never actually got one though. I actually got one for my sister's boyfriend, loved it, so I got him it. And he wore it quite a lot, so it was worth getting him it. Right, Ajax attacking from right to left, Utrecht from left to right. If you have just joined us, you've missed the first half, but the second half has just begun. No goals to report, so we're back where we started pretty much. Ajax, in my eyes, have been the better team. The attempts haven't been great from Beaver's team, but the possession has been all Ajax. I would say around 60. They officially said after the first half 66% of possession. I'd have said 70. I like a round number. Throwing for Ajax on the far side. And you know what? It's past 12 o'clock. I have a rule. I wouldn't touch anything like this or crisps or anything unhealthy until... Oh, hang on a moment. Here's Ajax. In the 18-yard... Oh, Dolberg loses the ball straight away as he had his back towards goal. Ball's going to... Oh, no, it's kept in play. And he gets applause from his fans there, Bowman. And now it's with Rosa, the left back for Ajax. But yes, I'm going to have my... Well, maybe my only can of the stream. I was going to watch the cricket just over there. You can't see it, but it's just over there. After this. They start at 1 o'clock. First delivery, 1 o'clock. And I know you Dutch like cricket. Some of you do. You always have a national team at the World Cups, at least. And there's going to be a corner off first one of the second half. I'm at my girlfriend's house, so I can't be doing with spilling this everywhere. She'll kill me. And is it really a football day out without a sun hat? I've just seen an Ajax fan wear one. Here comes the corner. Oh, they're going to have to put it back. Is that Steven Berghaus who's taking it? Now with Bass. Another cross. Free shot at goal. Took a deflection. Yes, it did. And it was Mokier who had a go with his left foot. And there will be a corner again for Ajax, this time on the opposite side. Jamie Burgoyne, he's watching from Tajikistan. You kept that quiet, mate. How's the food? Here's the corner. Header! Oh! Saved by the goalkeeper. Somehow kept it out, and you could hear the crowd in the background. They were ready to jump for joy, thinking they scored. But Utrecht now going on the counter, and after they do get to the 18-yard box, but didn't get the final pass completed, and then it's picked up by the goalkeeper. I'm just going to watch the replay here because I'm not sure who took the header there. Oh, it was Baumann, the centre half. What a save. It was a late save by Barkas. That was brilliant. What a save. And that is Ajax's best attempt from either team so far in this game. Jamie Burgoyne with quite a hot rumour here. He says that Manchester United might be looking at Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao is in the AC Milan window, I take it. First time I've heard that. I must admit, I think it was last summer or the summer before, Man City were keeping an eye on him. Interesting they want to get another winger. sure he's a winger. I'm just thinking about they need a midfielder, don't they? They're looking at Edison at what do you call it, Atalanta, and apparently he does want to leave. Apparently he was close to joining Atletico Madrid, but according to Fabrizio Romano, the deal broke down. 5 minutes gone in this first half. It's all Ajax at the moment. Throw-in taken short on the far side. Ajax trying to go yet again here with another wave of attack. We got R9858 asking who's playing better right now. I'm confident to say Ajax are playing better right now. They've just had a header saved on the goal line by the Utrecht goalkeeper. And we all thought it was in. The fans were literally ready to celebrate. Wow, okay. We're going as I've got it wrong. He says, no, Rafael Leai, the Solomon Islands international. I must admit, I've never heard of him. Back with the game. Ajax have won the ball just outside the penalty area. Macchio with the goal! Oh, it's hit the crossbar! And it bounced down and I think it hit the goal line. I thought that was top corner and in. I thought he had it top bins there. Goalkeeper recovers and saves it. Catches the ball. Again, we all thought that was going in. Macchio. Was it Macchio? It does. They've just shown a replay. It hits the goal line. Came off the crossbar. Well, just as we talk about him nearly scoring there, he's now down on the ground and he's got a medic on to check. He might have a cramp. I think he might have a cramp, which is very early on. Cramps are horrible though. They could come at any moment. Be a quick drinks break, I'd imagine, for both teams. Macchio should be alright to continue. Of course, he only lives across the border. Well, he's from across the border of Belgium. Only 18 years old, born in 2008. Oh, God, I'm feeling really old now. I was a teenager when that was the year when United had won the Champions League. That was a great year. He played for Belgium's under-17s at last year's under-17s World Cup. It's from Ghent. How's his stats for this season? Not bad. Oh, hang on, Stur's come on. So I think, as we talk about Macchio, I think sadly he's gone off. Let's just get that substitution sorted. So I'm just trying to find. Sorry, hang on a moment, folks. Come on. Yeah, Macchio did go off for Sean Stur. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Doesn't seem to work. I was trying out an emoji that's not doing it. Oh. So Stir has come on for Mocchio. That's him on now. So that's our first and only substitution of the game so far. Here come Ajax now then. Coulson with the cross. Oh, there could be a shot here. Oh, what a block. That might have hit the Utrecht defender in the head. It's all right, he's back on his feet. Ball's been pushed back to the edge of the centre circle. Oh, there could be a... Oh, hang on, they're going to go for a long range. Stur's just come on, and that was a great attempt. Tried to go for that bottom right corner. Goalkeeper stretched out, saved it by making the catch. Good vision. Goalkeeper well equipped though. And that's Stur. He's only just come in the last few minutes. He gets applause from his manager. Still all square. No, that doesn't work. Ignore me. Nah, it's not going to work what I want to do. It's alright. It's alright. I'll try it another time. I'll have to experiment. I shouldn't stress too much about it. I was going to try and put a substitute arrow or something like that next to the play that's just come on. Joe Stanley did something different for his Women's Champions League stream yesterday, which is a good idea, but I think there's a better way of doing it, hopefully, if I can get it to work. Sebastian Haller's about to come on for Utrecht. Andre reckons Utrecht could score in the last few minutes. Feels like it. So Sebastian Haller coming on for Stepanov up top. Let's change that on the lineup sheet. So Haller on. I don't know if there was another one, or there is another substitution. And it'll be a, it looks as though Villagava is coming on and he is now the captain. So Utrecht with two substitutions. And to be honest, they've had to change something. They've just, there's not been anything going on for them up top. Sebastian Haller against his old club. Can he upset his old fans? Oh, hang on a moment. Oh, no. It's going to fall to the ground. Stir falls to the ground, hoping to win a free kick. Referee looks the other way. R9858 saying Spurs getting relegated today. But we hope, don't we, On? We hope. I think even the Spurs fans themselves wouldn't mind getting relegated just so that they look good in a league of the Championship, maybe. Can you imagine? I think it's highly unlikely. I mean, West Ham have to beat Leeds to have any hope, and then we've got to hope that Everton get a win over Tottenham. The thing is, I think even David Moyes, of course, a former West Ham manager himself, at an Everton press conference back on Friday, he said that, you know, he wants to see West Ham stay up. You know, his heart is there for West Ham. So, you know, he's definitely got hunger to, not just because of where Everton are in the league, but I'm sure he's got more hunger to win, to not just help West Ham, but to try and keep them up as well, which is some story. West Ham have to win. Everton can go and win, but the West Ham have to also do their bit. And I do think West Ham have been pretty poor. I don't know if they can win. The plus point for them is they are at home. I think Tottenham are at home to Everton as well. But we've got to remember as well, even if Spurs get a draw and if West Ham win, Spurs will still stay up because of goal difference. Goal difference is like 12 goals apart. So the only way I can see Tottenham going down is if they lose and West Ham win. It's the only way. Andre Sims says, I hope they do, as in Spurs, and if they do League Two after 2 years, can you imagine? They won't be able to keep that stadium. Someone else would have to buy it off them, probably. That's nuts. I mean, I think luckily for them, they just got Roberto De Zerbi in at just the right time. If they'd kept Tudor on for another game or two, that would have been it. I honestly think they would have lost even more games. I don't know why they hired Igor Tudor. I didn't rate him at Juve, and when I heard they hired him, I was like, why? What are you doing? Don't know why they didn't go for De Zerbi in the first place. Is Ajax now. We're still all square. They've just won a corner. Here's the corner. Headed away. Volleyed effort. Deflection. Oh, just went. Oh, is it a penalty? No, it's a corner. Ajax players have ran to the referee after that volleyed effort was blocked, deflected out for a corner. Referee has pointed to the corner flag as confirmation of his decision making. No, it doesn't hit his hand. Actually, I don't know if it actually came off an Utrecht player. No, it does. It comes off his back. I think VAR will check, but I don't see a handball in there, so I think it'll just be a corner. Good refereeing. So, corner kick to come for Ajax on this far side. Referee just having to delay the kick here. He's going to have a chat with Regier and Dolberg. "20 minutes into the second half. So the corner comes in, and yet again another corner delivery just getting headed out. Quite predictable for Utrecht to deal with. It's gone back to the Ajax goalkeeper. He's gone and booted it back into the Utrecht half, and it's been picked up by Regier. Oh, that was a poor pass out wide, and that's going to be a throw-in to Utrecht. Steven Berghaus, simple pass, and then for some reason he had to stretch for it because he was running in the wrong direction, and from his body language he was not happy with that. So just waiting for this throw to be taken by the team in black. Throw and taken down the line. Only for Ajax to intercept and play it all the way back to their goalkeeper. Martin Pays is 28 years old. He only just turned 28 10 days ago. It's only his 13th match in the league this season. And obviously he's number 26, so he's not their number one. Well, they tried to play a diagonal ball out to the left-hand side. This is Ajax on the attack. They've got it now with Rosa. Now Klazan with a... That's not a bad delivery. Header. No. Header comes to nothing. Utrecht thrown after all that. Of course, Ajax will be feeling the pressure more here. They're hosting the... Even though it's not their usual home ground, they'll be feeling as though, well, they should be the favourites hosting it, but the pressure will start to build on them the more later we get into this game. But I don't think Utrecht have actually had an attempt at Ajax's goal in this second half. Yeah, On even says it's just been Ajax all game. I like On's optimism, though, that Spurs will get relegated. 4 o'clock, isn't that all today? Here comes the cross. Or was that called goal kick, I think? If you haven't yet, folks, as well, and you are not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. We'd really appreciate your support. Of course, we've been back doing a lot of live stream watch-alongs again here on Let's Talk Sport. We have been doing a bit of women's football. Yesterday we had the Women's Champions League final that Stanners did. Last week we had the Danish Cup final, followed by the Danish European Play-Off final. That was between Copenhagen and Brøndby, which Copenhagen would win at the end in extra time. And we've really enjoyed your support and your interactions on the live chat page. So, thank you for tuning in. It's a drinks break currently. Towels are back on round players' necks again. I love it how there's a man in a suit just coming out with drinks bottles, all Red Bull branded. They've got over 20 minutes here, these two teams, to try and find a winner. Remember, this saves their season, if anything. We got Kim Praise saying, effing Ajax until now, no goal. Yeah, it's just not happening. Could go to extra time. There's another cramp here. This time it's an Utrecht player, just as they resume from the water break. Substitution. Hormones is coming off for Utrecht. Not sure who's replaced him, to be honest. Goal kick for Ajax. I missed who. I think it's Alarcon that's come on. He's the only player wearing a 70 number. He's wearing 77. No, it's Blake, sorry. No, Blake came off for Hormans. Sorry, for Coulson. What was I saying? And Hormans has come off for Al Arguari, if that's how you pronounce it. There we go. So they've had 4 substitutions now, Utrecht. Puga saying Ajax won 1-0. They're not winning either at the moment, mate. Still all square with just over a quarter of an hour remaining. There's another injury setback here for Utrecht, which has paused the game. Berghaus and number 16, which is Al-Qurani. Not sure how Al-Qurani's injured himself there, unless he's trying to time waste. I'm not quite sure. Of course, neither team's leading, so not really much of an advantage here if that's what he's trying. And as we were talking about him in the first half, we said it, didn't we? Mr. Wout Weghorst is getting his shirt on. And he's ready to try and put this game in the direction of his team. And you never know with this man. He's someone who would just score a winner out of nowhere, especially in the air on a set piece. Maybe that's why they're bringing him on. I assume he'll come on for Dolberg. We'll find out. Unless they want to keep 2 strikers up there, we'll find out in a moment. He won't come on just yet, as they've just resumed play. But yes, Wout Weghorst ready to come on in a moment for Ajax. It's with Utrecht at the moment with their back line with Al-Qurani. Now with Barkas. Goalkeeper decides to hit it long to Sebastian Haller. He gets pushed down and wins a free kick, and he'll leave it for his teammate to take it. It's taken short by Derit. Now Zakil plays it out across to Horman. So I say Hormans, he's gone off, what am I saying? If you're enjoying the stream, folks, give us a like, and if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And then, of course, you'll be up to date for any of our future football content or any sports content, including our watch-alongs. Well, it was a free header, but it was, well, after all that, I think the referee has pointed to the linesman nearby to say it was offside. So Utrecht will lose the possession. Here he comes now. Dolberg is going to come off for Wout Weghorst. I think Steven Berghaus is going off as well. He is. And he's coming on for Carrizo. As I mentioned, the 20-year-old striker. What a game for him. He's not had many minutes this season for Ajax. Yeah, Berghaus going off. I'm surprised by that one. Yeah, it's not 1-0. I don't know who's saying 1-0. It's still goalless. The scoreboard is below me. That's the latest. Still on our poll, 76% of you going for Ajax still. So Ajax, they've got over 10 minutes to find a winning goal. Otherwise, I assume there'll be extra time, which will be an additional 30 minutes of play. I think for football's sake, we don't want this to go to extra time. Not because I've got to go to a cricket match afterwards, but more the fact that it's not been a great game of football. Here come Utrecht now. As I say, they've not had much possession. Can they do? Oh dear, the cross. Well, it was a bit misleading. It went behind the man that they were looking for. He was wearing the number 16 shirt of Al-Qurani. They may be dispossessed, but they've got the ball back in their own half. Barkas will boot it away from Weghorst. And I do wonder if the Utrecht fans are a little nervous now that Weghorst has come on. You just never know what a man like him could do. We all remember that late equaliser he scored for the Netherlands against Argentina from that clever free kick that we saw. That's why I love Weghorst. You just don't know what you're going to get with him. I don't know if the Dutch squad has been announced yet, to be honest, for next month's World Cup. Just shows for these players that are going to the World Cup, really short turnaround. Season's over. They get announced literally this week for a lot of the nations to find out they'll be at the World Cup, and then they know that they've got to go away for June at least. Well, Ajax tried to approach a long ball out wide to the right-hand side, and it was too long, and it just goes out for a goal kick. Dolberg and Steven Berghaus just watching now from the bench, just trying to catch their breath after putting in a shift over the last 70 minutes or so. Of course, Weghorst has grown his hair in the time I've been watching him. R9858 asks, I'm sure Weghorst played for United. Manchester United, yes he did. Only for half a season though. He was on loan from Burnley. I was talking about it in the first half. I think people forget that United were looking for some forward with no money to spend, and they got Weghorst from Burnley, not only on loan. They didn't keep hold of him after that half of the season. Eight minutes remaining. Pressure starting to grow for both teams. Here come Utrecht. It feels like yet again like we had the other day. Next goal wins maybe. Oh! And a cross to Sebastian Haller. Haller was able to change the direction of the cross with his right foot, but it still went quite high and wide past the goal at the end, and that was quite a moment for Utrecht to spoil the game here and go against the story of this game, where a lot of us are assuming Ajax will win, but well, it looks as though I think Tommy Yasu might be coming on. No, he's not. No, I'm getting confused with another player, I think. It looks as though they're going to bring on Itakura, who's a defender. At the moment, Ajax have got a free kick to defend against here. They're all lined up on the edge of the 18-yard box towards the left-hand side of it. Costa saying this Ajax team is terrible. Oh, no. Haller had a header there. He says it took a deflection off an Ajax player and it should be a corner. Referee disagrees and says it's a goal kick to Ajax. But already, all of a sudden, Haller's had a couple of moments with the ball in the box, and you can tell Utrecht are really hoping that they can feed him the right delivery to get an upset of a goal, maybe. Yeah, Costa saying this Ajax team is terrible. It's going to be a draw. Well, I mean, you say a draw, I'm assuming we'll go into extra time. My worry is the stream I'm relying on watching the game might disappear. It happened the other day, and luckily I had a backup stream. I don't have one for this one, so I'm hoping it doesn't go into extra time. Selfishly, Weghorst making a run down the middle with the ball on the far side with, I think that's Carrezo. Referee says play on despite a foul on Carrezo. Ajax have switched sides. They're now on the left wing with Goats. Is that a corner? Yes, it is. And that looked to be a last touch from Van der Horn. So Itakura, as I mentioned, is definitely coming on now. He's waiting to go on the sideline. And he is replacing Regia, so he's playing in midfield, it looks like. What do you lot think of that one? I'm not sure about that move. So corner to come for Ajax on the near side. Oh, it's gone all the way across the face of goal, and that was too tight of an angle to be dealt with there. That was a header from Steer, that is. Instead, it doesn't even reach the side netting on the far side. Be interested to see how much added time there'll be. I don't think there'll be much. I'm going to say 4 minutes. Goal kick is taken. It's with the back line of Ajax. They're going to play it back to their goalkeeper. Pays will, instead of booting it, he had Sebastian Haller in front of him. He didn't want to take the risk, I don't think. Ajax nearly getting the ball away with their back line, but instead it's been intercepted. Sebastian Haller now with his back towards goal, approaching the 18-yard box. Klazen instead gets hold of it with the loose ball, boots it forward. It does not pick up Weghorst near the halfway line. And now it's back with Utrecht, with Van der Horn. They've gone with a long ball out to the right-hand side. And it was well defended, actually, by Rosa, who intercepts and then makes a big clearance to get it out of the Ajax half. There hasn't been a goal, folks. I noticed one or two upon the live chat page. There's been a goal. There hasn't. Unless you guys are ahead of me. Meanwhile, Ajax intercept and win the ball back. Charging down the right-hand side into the Utrecht half. Now it's in the edge of the 18-yard box. Cross comes in. No one there. Weghorst was there, but he was too high for him. I just don't think there was any way of him getting his head behind that one. Now with Rosa towards the centre of the Utrecht half. Low ball out wide to the right-hand side. Weghorst! And he has a boot behind the ball and it goes over the crossbar. Great shot, really. I mean, it was a striking effort. Just too high. He was literally in line with the penalty spot. Behind it, having a go. Manager nearly missed it as he looked back and just puts his hands to his face. And him and Weghorst gutted. That wasn't the winning moment. There hasn't been a goal. I don't know why people are saying goal in the live chat page. Still goalless, well, from what I'm watching. They've got 2 minutes remaining, both teams, until we reach added time. Utrecht are saying the ball went out for a throw-in. Referee decided to play on, but afterwards Utrecht win a free kick. And Kathleen was going back to the fourth official there, not happy with that decision. Now at Utrecht, having a go on the attack. This game really is anyone's now. It's all about who takes that moment, who scores when it matters, and become the team that are clinical. Both teams have been pretty poor up front, but it feels like both teams now have got some good quality strikers up front, with Haller and Weghorst getting involved. Goots, oh, he falls to the ground, he gets pushed from behind. No, referee says he's happy with that, and Utrecht have now intercepted. Well, I say that, they can't even get a string of passes together, and Ajax are now back in control inside the Utrecht half. Oh, and Stuart falls to the ground. I think he's won a free kick just as we reach 30 seconds left. Well, we've reached the 90. Here comes the delivery, and the goalkeeper saved it. It's going to be 6 minutes of added time. I have backup stream if this stream disappears for extra time, by the way. Just as we say that now, here come Utrecht with the strike. Oh, just goes wide at the end. And I saw the goalkeeper didn't even move. He just watched the ball glide past him. It did start to curl, but luckily for the keeper, that was not in between the sticks. And some of the Utrecht coaches started to run off their seats in excitement, thinking just maybe they were going to snatch a late winner here. Yamak Jam 3976 saying can't win without penalty kick. Oh, was that a throw or was that a corner? No, it's going to be a goal kick for Utrecht. Again, I'm not sure if this goes into extra time. So apparently the game will go into 30 minutes of extra time, 2 15-minute halves, and of course if still undecided by then, it will go to penalties. Still 4 minutes left of added time. Of course, remember it's a warm day in the Netherlands, it's mid-20s. And they've had to have a couple of water breaks during this game, so some of these players will start to get quite tired, those that have been playing the full 90. So extra time is going to be quite a challenge, I feel. You never know, Utrecht, for example, might just fancy it going to penalties. It's with Zekiel at the moment for Utrecht, the visiting team, having the ball on the halfway line with Van der Hoorn. He plays it back out to Zekiel on the left. He's got a bit of space around him. He's looking at options and he decides to go back to Van der Hoorn on the edge of the centre circle inside the Utrecht half. Both centre halves now just maybe killing time here, just passing between each other. Of course, they've still got over a couple of minutes here to try and maybe plot a winning goal. Gone with a long drilled ball, and I think they'll get there on the left-hand side. That's a great delivery. Now they're looking for the cross, and it comes with a header. No, it does not. Sebastian Haller was too far away from the action. That's going to be a yellow, and I might be wrong, but I think that's our first yellow of the game. Just as we reached 94 minutes. And it was clearly a tactical foul against the run of play. Stur got past him. And it's a yellow card for pulling his opponent's shirt. Right, oh, there's a foul. And the referee wants to go back to that incident. Utrecht winning the free kick here with 1 minute left of added time. I think at this rate, folks, it looks as though we're going to go into extra time. Yeah, he had his hand towards his face. Rosso there, I think that's the one who's been... Oh, there's a cross there for no one as well as we watch the replay. Begos doing really well with the header to play it to Klazan. Klazan there chested the ball forward to get past his man. And then he looked across the face of goal and he just hit the ball across, hoping that a shirt in red and white would come and pick it up and score. But sadly for Carrizo, he wasn't there to be seen. He was too far away. Utrecht free kick comes to nothing. Now we've got seconds remaining of added time. Could Ajax have one more attack before we reach the final whistle? No, I don't think they will. They tried to play it out wide to Stur. Stur got beaten, and referee has blown the whistle for the final whistle. And we're going to go into extra time. Now, I'm hoping my stream stays. Not this watch along, I just mean the stream I'm using to watch the game. it's still there, so I'm hoping it stays like that. So we've got extra time coming up, folks. We've got half an hour of this again. I've just got to double check who got the yellow card. It was Al Gawari. Just putting it on the live chat page there just to confirm that it will be extra time of 30 minutes to come. Full time ended goals. We've had no goals yet in this game. I'll just go through the stats as to what we've had. So Ajax have had 15 shots. Utrecht have had the 9 shots on target. Ajax lead that as well at 5-2. I mean, Ajax pretty much lead on all fronts here. 70% of possession, 30 for Utrecht. 10 fouls by Ajax, 15 for Utrecht. Yellow cards, we've only had the one, as we just saw in the last few minutes, for Utrecht. No red cards, no offsides, and Ajax, we've had 10 corners in total. Ajax taking 7 of them. Utrecht with just the 3. So yeah, we've been lacking goals, and some of the fans hoping that we could see one maybe, unless if not, we'll be going to a penalty shootout. I will be right back, folks. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet, and then we'll be right back. Actually, no, I might be all right. Starting to get a bit warm now. Just go check if the temperature's changed here where I am. Yeah, it feels like 25 degrees. It is a hot day. Underwater Fish Film says, "What's the deal these days? So many goalless draws. Is there some new rule I missed out on?" Londeck says, "Utrecht, who wins the day?" Costa saying, "Bad team, Ajax." Still, a lot of you going for Ajax to win at 76%. FC Utrecht at 23%. So a coin toss happening between our captains here on the halfway line as everyone's wondering why they don't just resume from how they started the first half, really. I forgot to change my clock. Sorry, guys. So this is extra time. ET above the ooh. And away we go. Extra time then. So Ajax attacking from left to right, Utrecht from right to left. Ajax now attacking on the far side, it would seem. Oh, the cross coming in there for Ajax. Haya asking, Martin Pest, good goalkeeper. Well, he's not had much to deal with in this game. I mean, Ajax, you think I've got it in them to find a goal with all the possession that they've had. And we've seen a shot from Vegas just go over the crossbar since he's come on off the bench. When he came on just after 70 minutes. I do feel for the Utrecht players because I do wonder if playing in a dark shirt and shorts makes them a bit more sweatier. Of course, we had extra time the other day when we had the Danish Superliga European Play-Off, and here we are again with the Eredivisie version of the European Play-Off. That didn't go to penalties though. It was 1-1 when they went to extra time. But luckily for FC Copenhagen, their opponents of Brøndby they were down to 10 men. So they certainly had the advantage. I think later on in that game, they just had a lot more energy. And sadly for the hosts of that game of Brøndby could not deal with it. Steve Cooper's men would lose at home in that playoff and miss out on Europe to their derby rivals of FC Copenhagen. Makoko scoring both goals in extra time. 3-1 they won that one. But here both teams have still got 11 men on the pitch. No one's been sent off. We've only had one booking in the game going towards the visitors. Long ball to Weghorst, and he makes an aerial pass out into the penalty area. No one to be found though. He picks up the ball again though. And then there's a shot by Gudinsko and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Went past everyone with that low strike. Good effort by Goots. He changed the direction of the ball by dribbling from left to right. And he had a peek at goal. He thought he'd go for it with his right foot. If you haven't yet, folks, click that subscribe button. Do subscribe to the channel if you can. And give this stream a like if you've enjoyed your time on this. We've gone past 11,200 subscribers. We would love to get to 11,300. Now here come Ajax again. David Klassen just keeps in play, does really well. The pass is not great though. Be a throw-in for Ajax. Oh, Underwater Fish Films asking, will you watch any of the Premier League games at 4 o'clock today? Sadly not, I'm off to a barbecue. So this is the only stream I'm doing today, apologies. Explore with Oscar, hello Oscar, says, I have a feeling Utrecht are going to nick it, mate. I feel like anyone can win it at this point. Both teams just don't seem capable of scoring. I think we'll be lucky if we just get a goal, to be honest. Substitution. Tommy Yasso, the former Arsenal player, his old club won the league this week. He's coming on. as a extra time substitution. Yeah, he's come on for Bass, the centre half. Oh, there's a goal! Oh, and it's David Clazan! He scored in the semi, and the captain puts them in the lead. And that could be the goal that takes Ajax to Europe next season. Ajax 1, Utrecht 0. And just as Oscar said on the live chat page that Utrecht could nick it here, well maybe, just maybe Ajax will. A bit of relief for the home fans maybe. Of course it was a free kick taken by Goetz on the right hand side. And as they make the run, it then just came out for David Clazan and he just went, I'm going to smash this with my left foot. And then he picks out the bottom right corner of the net. It's a great finish. And at this point of the game, he's played the entirety of this match as well. He's probably feeling it against this Dutch heat. And it paid off. The captain puts them ahead. 1-0. Finally, we've got a goal. I think they just had a VAR check. I think that's why the fans are celebrating a little bit more just then, because I think that's confirmed that the goal stands. Confirmation was on the 96th minute of extra time. Hello, Greg Livingstone, a long follower of ours on Let's Talk Sport. Hope you're well, mate. Where have you been, Greg? You've come at the end of the game. There's an Ajax fan in the crowd, fist pumping in the air, chanting Clazan, and he's got the Clazan shirt on the other way round, so he's got Clazan's name print on the front, showing his support for the Ajax legend. Substitution made by Utrecht. We'll change that in a moment. How is life, Greg? He says he's been busy with work lately. Can the visitors get an equalizer here? They've got 7 minutes left of this first half of extra time, and then of course followed by another 15. It's with Zakil at the moment. So it was Alarcon that has come on for calf line in midfield for Utrecht. That was that latest substitution that's just been made. I'm good, Greg. It's always good to see you on the stream. Greg's been following us ever since we've been doing watch-alongs on this channel back when it was COVID time, 5 years ago. Andrew Pollard is with us as well, another long follower and a contributor himself. We do need to get him on the streams. Andrew Pollard's I call him the Welsh Jesus or the Welsh Perlo. Depends how long his hair gets. But again, Perlo looked like the Italian Jesus or Italian Jesus. Not to get mixed up with Gabriel Jesus, who's a Premier League winner again, by the way, with Arsenal. But he asks, how's Big Vedakor's been playing? Well, he's had a couple of opportunities. I tell you what, again though, he reminds me of like Peter Crouch up in the air. You know, not just always there to be a goal scorer, but to also get the ball down from the air and set up a headed pass to a teammate in the box. He's done that a few times in this game. And he's been a threat aerial. He's had a strike from the edge of the box that he booted. It went over the crossbar. But it is good to see Vegos come on now. Sebastian Haller's had a couple of opportunities as well from crosses for Utrecht. There are Utrecht away supporters. They've got cameras on them at the moment. And some of them just holding their hands, praying that they can get an equalizer. It's a lovely finish by Klaz, and he just went, I'm going to thump this. And then he receives the cheer from his supporters when he ran around the pitch. And I think relief for the Ajax coaching staff, really. Underwater Fish Film says, imagine if Utrecht scores now, the fans will break the arena. It may be a small stadium, but they've still been able to fit in massive Ajax flags behind the goal to my left. You can see them in the shadows under that small stand. Ajax have got a goal kick. He'll take his time with this, I'm sure. Because we have to remember as well, you know, Oscar Garcia is a caretaker boss at Ajax. I don't know if there's rumours of him maybe staying. Could this be winning this game keeps him on? But I'd imagine of how their league season has been, probably not. But again, what are the options out there for the club in Amsterdam? It's with Van der Horn now. Utrecht have to figure out something, otherwise they will not be having a summer in Europe, and they certainly won't be with deliveries like that. It enters the penalty area, doesn't even land in the box, and quite frankly, Dewey is not going to do anything with that. He's not Superman. Of course, I know it's quite obvious what I'm going to say, but if I get a second goal, that will put this game to bed. And I think between now and full time, Ajax fans are certainly not going to be convinced until that whistle is blown. Do any of you have I know it's a bit biased, but I'm going to ask you guys now, since I'm technically a neutral for this game. What is your favourite Ajax kit? Home or away? Would love to hear it. We could check it out on Google Images afterwards. I did like the away one that they had it was during lockdown. I can't quite describe it. It was blue and white, but it was quite a patterned shirt. And this was when Jan-Klaas Huntelaar was back playing for Ajax. So I got him on the back. Oh, goalkeeper slips it up, but luckily the ball doesn't find anyone in a Utrecht shirt, and he avoids it from going out for what would have been a corner. Would have been an avoidable corner, and it was. He doesn't want to play it short. He's decided to hit this one high and long. It's with Wout Weghorst. Wout Weghorst, good pass to Klazan. right hand side of the penalty area. He's going to look to make a cross here. It's going across, face a goal. There's a free shot here. Oh, it's in the crossbar. I don't know if the goalkeeper got his hand to that. Barkas, the Greek goalie, had his right hand sticking out there. I'm not quite, we'll have to watch the replay, but it hit the crossbar. Then another long range effort this time from Goetz again, and that this time it goes wide for a goal kick. I just missed the replay, so I'm not quite sure, because I've just noticed that it's 2 minutes of added time for this first half of extra time. And the way it stands is Ajax will be the winners of this playoff final. It's a good run there by the substitute striker of Carrizo. Again, he's not had many minutes for Ajax. He's a young player. Stura pulling shirts with his opponent gives Utrecht a free kick. Got 1 minute left of this added time. We've just not seen anything from their opponents. Here's Carrizo having to deal with 2 Utrecht players. Venkos comes in for support, comes back to Carrizo. They're calling for a shirt pull there. No, it'll be a free kick for Utrecht after all that. Just in their own penalty box. And I think that'll probably be the last bit of action of this first half of extra time. Ball goes long. Tamiyasu does really well defending that and boots out for throwing. And Utrecht may have had a throw near the corner flag, but they won't get their opportunity because the referee has blown the whistle for the half-time mark of this extra time. I'll just pause the clock there. I'll put it back to 15 minutes, I think. Oh, no, I've gone a bit too far back there. There we go. So half time of extra time. 1-0 then. So we finally got our goal. And it was David Klazan who scored on the 96th minute from a free kick. It was cleared away. That landed to Klazan in the right place, right time. And then he struck it with his right foot into the bottom right corner of the net. Past all the players in front of him. And I think at that point of the game, you just got to try anything to try and get that potential winning goal that is at this point. But at the moment, Ajax are on their way. They've got 15 more minutes to come here. Just before they restart, they will just have a quick chat between the players. Utrecht have got to somehow come out with something because at the moment, they've just shown no threat whatsoever. And Juan Jans, who is the manager of Utrecht, well, what's he going to tell his players here? He hasn't got much time, and he's got to try and go for it now. Because, let's be honest, sometimes in extra time at this point, teams are getting their players ready for penalty shootout. But here, Utrecht have got to just try and get an equaliser to even have any chance of it going into extra time. Juan Jans has been Utrecht manager since 2023. He's also been in Holland a manager for Twente, Groningen, Herenveen. He's also gone all the way to the States. He only did a year between 2019 and 2020 for FC Cincinnati. I do wonder what it's like for managers and players to get a chance or a contract out in America in the MLS. Like, be interesting, like, I don't know. I mean, I think the atmosphere is brilliant at MLS games. It may not be America's number one sport when it's up against the likes of American football, Major League Baseball, the NBA is in basketball, and ice hockey to an extent, the NHL. So, you know, I do think America does very well there with the MLS in terms of, you know, the fans are there. Most clubs, and some of the clubs are new, like Nashville, they've only been around for, 5-6 years? It's, you know, I do wonder if it's still a good gig for a manager and a player. Hey, you're getting paid to play in good weather, unless you're is it Colorado Rapids? I bet it's quite cold when they play over there. Then, of course, you've got Vancouver Whitecaps, who might not be a club anymore, which is really sad to see. That's where Alphonso Davies started before Bayern Munich saw what he can do and brought him over to Germany. The sprinklers have just come out onto the pitch. And I think that's probably... Normally players or anyone associated with sprinklers on the pitch would run for their lives to avoid getting wet. But in this heat, I don't think they're against it. So anyway, we're about to get going again. Second half of extra time about to begin. Here we go then. Can FC Utrecht save the day and at least maybe get themselves tied here? And maybe this goes to penalty shootout. Underwater Fish Films asks, have you decided what game you will host next? To be honest, it's funny now, football's getting quite quiet until the World Cup. We've been debating whether to do a World Cup watch-along, depending on... The thing is that we have to be selective, because we feel as though a lot of streamers will pick the obvious big games, maybe, if they're not going to do them all. Oh, it's a goal! Utrecht have scored! And it's come out of nowhere. It was a cleared header, which was a poor clearance, and they run to the far right-hand corner to celebrate with their fans. And I must admit, I did not expect Utrecht to get an equaliser. And maybe, just maybe, we will go to penalties. Ajax won, Utrecht won, and I'm just trying to figure out. It's Sakil who has scored. Again, the ball just landed to him, and he just thought, I'm going to have a go as well, just like Klazan did to put Ajax ahead. And it worked out for him as well. There was headers going on all over the place, and the ball just landed to him, and he hit it first time with his left foot and into the bottom right corner. And I don't think the goalkeeper even moved. No, he just watched it go past him and hit the back of the net. 1-1. Wow. I don't think many people were thinking that. Underwater Fish Films. Saying, yeah, would be cool, but are there World Cup games or there's a yellow card? Who was that for? One fact for you as well. If Ajax don't win this game, they will be out of European competition for the first time in 60 years. 60 years! You do wonder for a club like Ajax, again, they could still win this here. We've still got over 10 minutes left of extra time. But could they actually somehow think maybe not being in Europe next season would help them try and recover? And just seeing if there was a yellow card. It was Wout Weghorst that got booked. I completely missed that. Here come Ajax now. We've not really seen him on the attack yet since the half-time break of extra time. Oh, and a header's hit the post. And Ajax nearly retook the lead. The ball's come out of the box there. And Utrecht will just get that ball as far away as they can. Despite Utrecht getting that equaliser and celebrating with their waist paws, that was nearly cut short. And the ball's been picked up by the Ajax goalie. I think it was it Carrizo who had the header there? It can't have been Weghorst because he's on the other side of the box. It was a free header as well. I got a feeling he might have been offside. So a bit of me's wondering if it would have even counted. Offside against Ajax, Weghorst this time. Yeah, he's not happy with that, his body language. Certainly angry there. I think that is Shaquille's 9th goal in the Eredivisie this season, and he's got 6 assists for Utrecht, so is that not a bad season after playing 36 matches? Edgar asking how much time do they have left before penalties. The match clock's just below me. I'm going from 0 to 30 for extra time, so it's currently on 19 minutes, so we've got just over 10 minutes. 10 minutes now, basically. If it doesn't make sense to scoreboard than the timer below me, folks, please let me know. I'm open to any feedback to help it make it more clear for you guys. Maybe not for this watch-along, but for our future watch-alongs. As we discussed that, talking about World Cup watch-alongs. Oh, no, it's going to get cleared. We are thinking of doing a select few of World Cup watch-alongs, but mainly following maybe Sweden or and the Dutch, maybe, which, funny enough, they're both in the same group of Group F, so they will face each other in the group stages of the World Cup. We haven't decided yet, to be honest. We just worry that a lot of the World Cup... Oh, goalies punched it away. Was that Venkors going for it? He was offside. More fans grabbing some beers, knowing that they could be here for a few more minutes. More revenue for the stadium, at least. For any of you, of course, we've had people. We did a Allsvenskan match earlier this week for the first time ever, which is the Swedish top-tier league. And we might do a bit more Swedish football before they pause for the World Cup, because they have all of June off because of the World Cup. So we might do it. We might do one or two more. We might do some next Saturday. There's 3 games happening at 2 o'clock next Saturday, which Joe Stanley, you may have seen on yesterday's Women's Champions League final watch-along, Jamie Davies, we were thinking of doing a multi-match watch-along where we keep an eye on all 3 games. So that's next Saturday at 2 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock local time in Sweden, that is. So keep an eye out for that. I'm not going to promise that we'll do it, but that has been a plan for the last few weeks. Ajax have got a corner kick. There's 8 minutes left here. Venkors, as you'd imagine, is standing waiting for this corner to come. You'd think he'll be the target man for this set piece. Best man for the job on this pitch, probably. Instead, they're going to go for a volley outside the box, only for it to be blocked. And another cross comes in, and it's straight to the goalkeeper in his 6-yard box. Literally standing dead centre in the goal, in between the goal sticks there. And also, we do these watch-alongs for you viewers at home. What would you like to see on Let's Talk Sport? Let us know. Do keep an eye out as well. If you enjoy your women's football, Joe Stanley will be making his live stream content where it's not always just watch-alongs, but he will always keep an eye on transfer rumours that are going to come up now in the, at least for the Women's Super League, as he did a recent live stream that was on earlier this week, and that was about Georgia Stanway, rumoured to join Arsenal. I don't know, she might have joined them now, I'm not sure. I'm afraid not, Andrew Pollard. In terms of what beer I've got one across the border of Belgium with a bit of Stella Artois. I've got nothing else in the fridge. You do get, though, you might like this, you get a free Stella Artois cap at the co-op if you buy a 4-can pack of Stella, which I did the other day. I do like it's a corduroy Stella Artois Wimbledon cap. So yeah, this stream has not been sponsored by Stella or Co-op. You can have that one. What Dutch beer would you recommend, Andrew Pollard? I don't mind Amstel. The Ella's local pub had it. I had a pint of that last week, and it wasn't bad. At this time of year, you quite like a cold. I'm not a big fan of lager. I think I can drink it at this time of the year. Ray says, I bet on Ajax to win. Can they beat Utrecht? They've got 6 minutes before a penalty shootout. Here's Goetz causing havoc yet as always on that left wing. Instead he's committed a foul there and it's going to be a Utrecht free kick. Andrew Pollard says, big fan of an ice cold Amstel or a Heineken. I can't make my mind up on Heineken. I remember Heineken I think they're the biggest brewed beer in Europe, unless that's changed since I last checked. But it was around lockdown time. Now again, I don't know if this is a lockdown plan or it just coincidentally all started to launch when lockdown had happened, and that was Heineken zero beer, zero alcohol, that is. And I think they were the first ones to really push it. Hang on, here come Utrecht now. Can they cause an upset? No. Instead, it's straight to the goalkeeper. He had that post covered. And straight away, he's hit it out there to Rosa. Ajax trying to go quickly here. Still in their own half, though, in possession. But yeah, they brought out 0%, which was a big... You saw it on TV adverts where, like, a Dutch policeman would be stopping a driver. Oh, is that a foul outside the box? No, goalkeeper's cleared it. Referee looks the other way again. Ajax were hoping they'd get a free kick. Instead, they've had to go 30 yards back for a throw-in front of the dugout here on the near side. And now here comes a long delivery. Oh, here's David Clazan. He falls to the ground. He's calling for a penalty. Referee says play on. No, it's now with Tamiyaso. And he crosses from the right-hand side, only for the goalkeeper to jump out on the edge of the 6-yard box and collect it with both his hands. But yeah, no, so I remember there was a Dutch policeman stopping a Dutch driver, a bloke, and then he's like, are you drinking? And he's just like, no. And he's holding his 0% Heineken bottle. Good advertising, I thought. And I guess they were trying to show you how you can alternatively drink without actually having alcohol at all. Interesting advertisement. And yeah, I bought a case of it back in lockdown to try it, and I didn't mind it. You can certainly not taste the alcohol, which, as awful as it sounds, it's not as good. But I feel like Heineken with the front runners. Oh, is that a corner? Utrecht have a corner. Sebastian Haller winning it for them there. But yeah, I don't mind. Heineken's alright. I just think it's a bit weak compared to some other beers. So we got a corner to come for Utrecht. Nervous times for the home supporters. Oh dear. And the man who was the guy who saved them, got them back level, Sakil, he is limping. I think he's going to take it on though and play on. I think they've used all their subs. No, they haven't. They've used 4 out of 5. They're just having to wait. Linesman standing in front of the ball. He's gone back to his position behind the corner flag. Big moment here. Here comes the corner. Oh, after all that, it goes past everyone and out for a goal kick. Utrecht fans just nodding their heads there, wondering what on earth was that. Just hit it a little too hard. Selfishly, I don't want it to go to penalties because That means I'm going to have to change it up a bit on the screen to try and look as like I've been prepared to do a penalty shootout graphic for you lot. Here comes a delivery for Ajax, trying to get a last-minute winner. Oh, David Clason with the shot. Oh, it's a free kick. Yeah, he's been penalised there, Clason. He's passionately angry at the referee for that decision. He's got a yellow for it. I think he said words no kids should say before 9 p.m. at least. He's got a goal in this game, but he's also got a yellow. And Clason selfishly makes it harder for me to somehow include a goal and the yellow card next to his name on our lineup. 1 minute only given for added time. What's going on here? Oh, no, it's all right. I was wondering for a moment if the referee delayed the goal, delayed the free kick because of a VAR check, but no, that's not the case. The kick's been taken. Oh, offside against Utrecht. We've got less than 20 seconds. Ajax wanted to take the free kick quickly, but as you'd expect, Utrecht doing anything they can to delay it. Well, we've reached the 1 minute. I think the referee will blow the whistle. Yeah. Penalty shootout. It'll be to determine whether or not Ajax or Utrecht will be playing in Europe in the summer. So, after 120 minutes of football, it's still all square. 1-1. I will just end the clock there. Let's get rid of that. And we're going to have to change it up now somehow very quickly. I didn't think about this. Who are you going for, folks? Who's going to win this penalty shootout? Right. Right. So the scoreboard might be a bit confusing below. I might have to just try and include another text, which will just say what the scoreline was after extra time. Right, there we go. 1-1 after extra time to the right of that scoreboard, just to confirm. So the scoreboard will keep updating during the penalty shootout, the 0-0 one, that is. And all of a sudden, a lot of you have just come onto the live chat page. Hello, everyone. Right, here we go then. Teams are just gathering around, obviously deciding who's going to take the penalty, the first 5 takers at least. Normally after that, it's whoever's up for it, basically, which I always think of. This week was a special anniversary, as always, 18 years now, which makes me feel old, of Man United winning the Champions League final against Chelsea in Russia. And I remember Martin Tyler saying it's red in Russia when we won it. Or Clive Tilsley's Van der Sar saves at United again. And I remember Anderson said that he was one of the takers after they had 5 penalties each. And he's never taken a penalty or something like that before. And I think was it Ronaldo or Giggs, he said to him, just take it, just go for it. And he smashed it down the middle. Absolutely brilliant. And then Giggsy. I love the fact that Giggsy got the last winning penalty for us, as in he scored the last penalty before Terry missed. Sorry, before Nauka missed. And for us to win the Champions League. And Giggsy, and this was the night where he broke the appearance record at Man United and beat Sir Bobby Charlton's record. I can't remember how many appearances that was. But he just, with his left foot, it looked so awkward how he stood and all that. And he just, bottom right corner, check, one of the best keepers in the world at that point, goes the wrong way. And I just thought, I freaking love Ryan Giggs. What a player. I loved Ryan Giggs. He's just so good. And he scored the week before against Wigan to seal us winning the league on the final day. Left foot shot again. It's just, he was so good. A player like him in Scholes, they played till they literally couldn't play anymore. And they were world class throughout those 20 years. I get emotional just even thinking about it, because you don't get players like that anymore. So, coin toss to be decided yet again here. David Klassen's having an argument with the referee here. I can't understand what he's saying, but I don't know, he's clearly not happy. Some disagreements happening. Don't know what's going on. They're arguing, and I think they just want the coin toss. Redhorst is now talking to the 4th official, who is separated from the referee and the linesman. Not sure what happened there. Anyway, they've sorted out the coin toss. I'm not sure who's taking it first. We'll find out in a moment. So it'll be Sebastian Haller that will take the first penalty for Utrecht. Remember, folks, before the end of the stream, do click that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. So then, Sebastian Haller to get underway here. They will have 5 penalties each. But it's saved! And that's a terrible penalty by Haller. Didn't put any power behind it. Instead, he was more thinking about the placement. He went to the left corner, and the goalkeeper comfortably saves it. Yeah, it wasn't great. There was no. He didn't even make a run for that. Still all square then. So it's going to be David Clazon who scored earlier. Top right corner of the net. Brilliant penalty by the captain. 1-0 after one kick each to Ajax. Well, they've got to get this one now. Oh, top left corner. Brilliant penalty. They get one back at least. 1-1. Ajax, of course, still got to take their second penalty, so this is to retake the lead. And it will be the man himself, Wout Weghorst. He wants a goal, doesn't he? He didn't get one in normal time or extra time. Can he get one in this shootout? And he has, top left corner of the net. Was there any doubt from the main man? 2-1 they lead after 2 kicks each. And I think that's going to be Zakil to take this. He scored in extra time to get this game back to 1-1 and push this to penalties. Can he find the net again here? And he has, top corner. 2-2. And it will be Goats who will take this one for Ajax. He's played the whole match here. I'm sure he'd like to end it on a high. The number 11 man. Straight down the middle. And the goalie realised it, but he went to his left too early there. And he couldn't keep his feet in the middle to keep it out. 3-2 now to Ajax after 3 kicks each from both teams. Ajax on the way here. Oh, nicely taken. Utrecht haven't missed since that first one. That's 3 in a row for them now. Back level by Ajax, of course, have that spare kick coming up. Oh, nicely done. Bottom right corner of the net this time from Gay. I haven't seen much of him in the game, but he's got them a crucial penalty. Ajax now lead 4-3 after 4 kicks each. So if Utrecht miss now, that's it. Ajax will win. So this is to stay in the game. Right, this is to stay in the game, and it's saved, and it's all over, and it's the goalie that saves the day. Pace stops it from going in, and it is Ajax that will head to Europe. 60-year run continues. It's well and truly alive, and Utrecht miss out with 2 penalty misses. Ajax didn't need to take a 5th penalty. They win the penalty shootout by 4 goals to 3. And it was Al-Qurani who missed the penalty. And Ajax will be absolutely delighted that they have got the win. Well, relief, if anything, that they will still play in Europe for next season, thanks to winning on penalty shootout there. But I do feel for Utrecht. They did push it to penalties, but I must admit, I think the better team won today. And I think there'll be relief. And I think with it being a nice sunny day, the Ajax fans will be delighted to enjoy the rest of their Sunday, knowing that they will play in some sort of European competition next season. So that means they will be in the I can never say this in one go, preliminary round in the Conference League. So they've got Sovra to look forward to ahead of next season, which has been a long season for Ajax. Same for Utrecht, but Utrecht will have to go again. So it has ended 1-1 after extra time, and it was 4-3 on penalties for Ajax. I'll just confirm that on the live chat page. But who's happy, who isn't? Let us know on the live chat page. We'll read out some messages, and we'll let before we end the stream. Yep, there we go. Let's read some messages then. Skenk says, have a good night, guys. It's 9:09 here, so bedtime. Hans says that was a tough match. It was. It certainly was. Eco Bud saying, Holland pundit not happy about this. Oh dear. Mickey Owl 87 says, Ajax win in big capital letters. And yeah, some of you saying, what a save by Paisley. It was a great save at the end, wasn't it? He did brilliantly. He had to really stretch out for it towards his left. Pretty much, it was going towards the left, bottom right corner. He had to dive to his left. And it was a brilliant save. So, you know, you can easily say that was a bad penalty. I think it was just a really good save, to be honest. They always say, don't they? Again, it's easy. It's ideal if you get it right. You want it in the top corner of the net. You never see them saved in a penalty shootout. But again, that's if you've got the talent to do it and the nerves to do it as well. It's easy when you practice, but can you do it when it matters? That's your big question right there. But before you all go, folks, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd love it if you could subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Really appreciate the support. You know, we do this for fun. We love hosting football watch-alongs, and of course, if you subscribe, you will be aware of when our next content comes out. Not sure what our next watch-along will be. It might be next Saturday. It might be during the week. We don't know yet, depending on availability and what matches are on, really. But next weekend there's a triple header match is going on in the Allsvenskan, which is the Swedish league, all happening at 2 o'clock UK time, which is 3 o'clock Swedish time. We might do that with not just me on my own, but with my good mates Jamie Burgoyne and Joe Stanley, and we'll update you on all the games. Again, I'm not promising it, but that was one plan of ours in the next week or so. So hopefully we do that, and we'll see you there. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. So congratulations to Ajax. They keep that 60-year European run going. It was very well under threat this season, but I think this is probably a wake-up call to the club that they must improve and they must finish higher in the Eredivisie next season. Can they do that with their players? Can they recruit better this summer? Only time will tell. We'll try and cover as much as we can with transfer rumours and stuff over the next few months until the Eredivisie returns. I believe it's start of August, end of July, so in a couple of months' time. And of course, commiserations to FC Utrecht. They pushed it all the way to penalties. They didn't play their best today, but they were very close to upsetting Ajax today. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and good night. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. What I'm saying, it's still the afternoon here. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.